Hi, welcome to the video. In this video, we'll try to rebuild and modify one web feature from the web page of Notion.so. This is my first time making a video like this, so please do leave a feedback if you have one. With that being said, let's get started. So the website that I decided to choose in this video is the website of Notion.so. Uh, this page has a lot of different features. For example, it has a search icon, a button that takes to their workspace, uh, multiple tabs, a filter button, a sort button, a search button, but in this video, we'll just be focusing on rebuilding this job card that we have. It's a very simple job card with a picture, text, and uh, if they're recruiting or not, the status of the job. So uh, let's. It is a responsive design. So let's look at it. We open the developer tools and we change the height and width. We see that the height width changes. So how do I want to modify this job card? First of all, I want to change the coloring of the status. Uh, I want to make it green if they're recruiting, and we're going to make this simple and only have two status: recruiting and not recruiting. And it's going to be green for recruiting and red for not recruiting. And okay, so let's jump into the code to see if we can rebuild this and hopefully modify it too. So I have a Next.js project startup and installed. All the dependencies are installed so that we don't have to sit through installing them in this video. And it just for now it just returns the word hello. So if we see it, it's just returning hello, and we'll start building on uh, the smallest screen first, right? So and we'll just be implementing the card feature, so there won't be any header, there won't be any other sort, any functionalities. We'll just be designing this first. So let's start by having a div and giving it a class name of uh, mx auto container. Let's say py10. Let's say py10, and let's say hello. Right. So if we go back to, oh, we didn't run the server. If we start npm run dev, it is starting, and if we go to the website, we'll see that it will load it. Alright, there it is. It is taking place. Right. If we move the screen width, we can see the word hello moving along with it. Right. So let's get started. Right. We want another div in it. Right. We'll say for now the background is last name DG White. And let's say for there is. Um, let's give it a, let's make it px4. Right. So there's a container. I don't know if we should make that px4 or inside it. Let's change it. inside this container. Export, export. There it is. And if we move out, you can see the container height taking effect. Right. So here we can see there's two sections essentially, the picture section and the text section. So let's make do this here. Let's make this slowly. One, two, three, and let's say for now, let's say image and description. Here we have the image and description. Let's go to small screen first, right? And for this div, we'll give it a class name of. Let's say this is our image. So we'll move the image. Let's say we say it's width, sorry, height, uh, 40, it's 40, and then we can say BG. So let's say that's our image, right? And we want the image to take up the entire corners and not just. So we say let's go on this. Oh, X4, right? So let's make the whole thing rounded. Okay, so rounded, large, rounded, large. See, the image is not being rounded, so let's say our image is rounded large to rounded top large. And you see it's been rounded, we'll give it a shadow, right? Shadow. Alright, so inside this there will be image tag. Right? So from Next.js, so see, um, slash, right? I actually have, we're going to be taking images from Unsplash. So we go to Unsplash, use their images. Let's just take one. Let's take this one. We'll take this one. Click that one. This one. We'll copy the image, paste it here. Copy the image address, paste it here, and just remove everything from here. Still copy from here. we copied the image from the from Unsplash and we post it here, and we'll give it all text, cover photo, and let's see here that there's a we have to create out the layout property of Next.js. So layout fill object fit cover right, and here we'll see like the image take up the whole screen or not. Uh, Yeah, if the image take up the whole screen is because of we need to put relative here, right? You can get rid of the BG blue relative. I don't know why it's taking so long to compile. It compiled and they set overflow hidden. The reason we do it this way and we do not apply class names directly to image is because XJS is move changing their library from next image to next feature their feature slash image next slash feature slash image, and in that image component you cannot apply the uh, class name prop, and you have to use a different prop called styles. So I find this easier to do this way, right? Uh, then time for the description. We'll say the description is tags, tags, right? For three, we'll say heading, job heading, job description, job status, right? Let's see how it looks. Job heading, job description, and job status. All right. So from here, uh, let's give it. Let's give this a padding. We'll say class name. It's P4, right? Here, there it is. And say for this one, we want margin empty of 2. And for this one, we want empty 4, right? Then we say the job heading text Excel. We can say text font semi-bold method, font semi-bold, semi-bold, and for this one we can say I apologize for the weird cuts or weird pause in the video. Uh, Something urgent came up. Anyway, back to where we were. So if we save this, uh, so this is how our card is looking right now on small screens, right? So let's change to a mobile view. Uh, it looks like this. All right. If we go back to our view, all right. So after that, we had empty 2 here. Let's say this is text. Sorry, font medium, right? Um, and this is font light, light, and oh, sorry, font light, font light, and text and light. Let's do the text color, text. Um, this one, let's do it. Let's do this one later. Let's put this one text gray. Uh, um, 600 to 600. And for this one, let's do blue. Uh, 700. Let's try that. That's good. And for job status, let's do. Let's say this is looking, but never mind. Uh, job status. Let's hit text color. The text theme. Let's 800. 800. Yeah, the font weight is light is too small. Still font MD, font MD. Font A, and this one. And let's say this one is fixed. Uh, G, E, so oh, it's showing up the entire screen just because we have to set it to as if inline block. Set it to inline block, and it's coming up. Just give it a padding of 2. Alright, we're padding of 2. It's too big. 2 is too big. Let's reduce the line height. So it's a leading. Let's try 3. Okay, this looks good. That's rounded. Uh, rounded looks like that. Just a second. Another weird cut. Alright, let's get back to where we were. This was rounded, and if I check here, refresh this. Why is taking so long to refresh? Job state rounded. Let's do it, make it a bit more rounded. Rounded. Let's try MD. Um, let's try 4. I don't really like the 100 mg. That's better. But now we see it's out of alignment. The J is not starting uh, with the description of the heading because of the padding. So let's give it a negative margin of 2. Right now it's aligned. All right, so seems good so far. Let's give it a heading. Choose one from this page. Is a senior front-end developer. Senior front-end developer, and then we'll say, what does it say? Ongoing learning and mentor. Online learning, mentoring, and opportunity. Right. And this one is alright. So if you go back to our local, it looks like that. Um, Senior content developer. You can see the picture is actually set to a being cover, and it resizes and resizes the screen, zooms in and out. Anyway, uh, okay, that looks good. It looks good so far. From here, it looks good. But if we see if we increase the page width, the card width increases as well, and we don't really want that. We want all the other cards to be in a grid fashion for larger screens. Let's try out some more for smaller screens. Let's move this component. Let's move this page into a component. So we make a folder for components. Components. Uh, Make a folder called, let's say, job card. Job card. Yes. Right. And this one exports a function. Export default function. Make job card. No parents for now. And let's and the entire here, all this right here. So when you import this, right, save it, and then we have a shortcut right here. Right, so we see that our page is still working. I don't know why it's taking so long to refresh. Alright, it's still working, and let's duplicate our job card 10 more times. Alright, uh, so you see there's no margin, top or bottom margin. So let's give it a margin of, let's say, my. Oh, oh, looks good, right? Our cards. All right. Now, for larger screens, we want it to show up as in a grid format. All right, let's do that. For here, let's make a grid. Okay, and we'll give it a class name of grid. Let's give it for smaller screens and above, basically for larger screens and mobile phone screens. So we'll give it a columns of calls, uh, three. That's it. Right, and move all this inside there. Right, and okay, so we put this. All right. Now we see we need a gap in between. So we'll say gap equals to 2. A bit more gap. Oh, all right. So this is how it looks now. Right. When you go here, it stretches a bit. So I feel like we can add another card there. So we say for this for SM for large screens. Oh, sorry. Large screens we want create calls. Oh, this looks good. So we have our first for smaller view we have our card of one line cards, and for larger we have three cards per line, and when you go from large screens we get four cards. That looks good. All right. Um, that's so good. Okay, appreciate you for the thing. Ideally, we'd want this to not be. Ideally, we would want this to not be like statically written that is here, and like this information would ideally be uh, derived from a API call or from a CMS. So we want this to be dynamically built. So let's do that. Instead of querying the data from a CMS, we will be uh, loading them from a Markdown file, right? So Next.js actually has a very good uh, documentation on how to uh, do that. Next.js, uh, yeah, documentation. Next, looking for Next.js, Next.js, we've got docs. Next.js docs with learn course, and it's in pre-rendering and data fetching. Right. Um, we'll go to their GitHub page. GitHub next learn. Let's go GitHub next learn. Next learn. Oh, 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 you go here, right? Um, let's learn basics and go to the demo because there's the complete version. So what they do basically is uh, they have a pages in their index.js, like for our case, the return gets static props, and to basically read the files, markdown files, and return all the necessary data. So let's just copy this first, and we'll say get static props. And you see they have a get sorted post data, which they have implemented in lib.js and a folder called lib, and it's in post.js, right? So we'll copy this too. So let's make a folder called lib. Inside it, let's make a file to post.js, right? Copy everything except the remark. We don't need the remark, right? And yeah, we need the directory, right? Right. And we need this function because that's the function that they're using. That's the function that we are using here, index.js, or get sorted post data, get sorted post data. Right. Let's take this and put it in post.js. What this essentially is doing is basically reading the markdown files from our post directory and parsing it with gray matter, and then returning the result, and they're sorting it by date. So we save this. I already have a post directory pre-written, and I have some markdown files already that I've written in it. This is just some uh, dummy data that I found on Next.js documentation. It's actually somewhere here, somewhere in the demo. Never mind. This is basically some dummy data, but what we are essentially reading at this stuff. So senior front-end developer, description, image URL, status, and date. Uh, in our case, the date is not really necessary. So when we save this, you can see that we just load this. We have an error, not defined. This is not defined. Oh, sorry. So import it and let it load. While it's loading. All right, we have everything. I think it's working. We just need to fill out the job card section. So let's do it one by one. First, we'll pass in the title. So we'll say title is equals to all post. Let's just take the first element of zero title. Right? It's called title, and then in our job cards, we just get the title, and here instead of front-end developer we say title. Let's see if that works. Alright, it seems to be working. Senior Global Developer is actually taken from a different file. I think it's taken from this one. Alright, uh, so let's do it for all other stuff as well. So after title we have description, right, which is all posts uh, zero dot desk desk. I think it's desk, yeah. And job here, and we'll give it a desk, right, and problem learning. Remove it with description. See if that's working. So that's working for this. All right, and for the last one, we will say, so we'll get the status. 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 Outpost data. Zero. Status. Right, and then we go. Sorry, we come here and we'll say, let's make it status. Sorry, sorry. Status. Right. Get the status from here. So here you see it's post is actually not recruiting. So for not recruiting, we would want to change our color to not recruiting, right? So here, no, sorry. For here, we for here we change the text. It's my bad. Input this, right? Input this. For here, and so on. Right. So for this, we want if our status up to lowercase equal, right, we want this one. Oh, never mind. Uh, we want this to be text, text mean 800 mean, right? And if not, question mark, if not, then we want the same thing, just green becomes red here, and alright, just put that refresh. Lowercase is not a word. What? JavaScript lowercase. Full lowercase. Text. Full lowercase. Status. Lowercase. What's there? Cannot read property of undefined. Status isn't undefined. Oh, right, right. It's because of we have all these job cards that are not set. Right. So we have recruiting here, not recruiting here, and then you can see uh, the background is red and it's changing based on what's actually there. All right, so we copy this, let's say, 4 times. It will just check our hit and just change. Let's see everything's working smoothly. So let's do it programmatically. Let's loop over the say all post data dot map. Oh, sorry, map. Um, just delete post and for this, move this here and with this select post and let's fix the key. Key equals post dot id. Right. Everything should still be working. Right. Still need to change the image. So we'll say uh, what was the okay, let's use image URL. So image URL equals to post dot image URL, and we go to the job card section and we change this to change this to I change this from here. Upstream image response failed. Why is that? Yes. Oh, upstream image response failed. Why is this not image? Open. No, it is working. So and we see it's loading different. Why is it getting 404? These are all images. Uh, what we can do, oh, it's because of this. It's because of this. Right. So now we see that all of this is loaded dynamically and the cards change shape. Maybe it's a responsive design. Uh, so we'll keep this video till this. Uh, this was my take on the card, on the job post card. If you like this video, uh, please do leave me a feedback on what you think about the video. So press this. I don't know why it's doing that. Anyway, I hope this will be it. So for this for this video, this will be we'll keep it till this far. Let's remove this much margin on the card. That's way too much margin. We'll say where is it? We'll say margin my, we'll say for SM my2, right? Let's see that. That looks good. And I think it's a responsive design still. Right, right. That looks good. Alright, thanks for watching the video. Please do leave a feedback on what you think about this video and about this design. And hope to see you in a future video. And I don't know how to close this video now. How do I zoom? Loom. Where's the loom button, man?